So, random Saturday video, I guess. I don't want to do react too often, since I'm not comfy with face cam, and trust me, neither should you be. You do not want to see the face this voice comes out of. Though, even though the ones that I have made weren't really react videos and more poor attempts at debunking, I still feel like I'm just re-uploading other people's videos. So I would like to branch out a little bit. I even consider going down to every other Saturday, but I'll just forget. So I'll be making like random videos and stuff like that and uploading it on Saturdays. I was just scrolling through some websites, may have been Twitter. Oh, sorry, X. Look, I found a way to make that site better. Just here's the secret. I'm just gonna tell you how I made X a functioning website. I blocked Elon Musk, I blocked Donald Trump, and I continue blocking any mother flipper who brings up US politics. All the hostility just kind of went away. All I have to do is, clean up a little bit every now and then, because, new ones show up. But like, all of the hostility just kind of went away, and now there's like puppies and kittens and people doing dumb stuff. I mean, there's still lewds and people's not necessarily last moments on Earth, but certainly their last moments as functioning humans. A while back, I saw some dude taking an elderly lady hostage. A cop just kind of popped up out of nowhere and injected a 9mm projectile into his brainstem. But I can take it. That is fine. I am no stranger to death, boobs, and butts. I've seen that stuff before. I'm closing in on 36. I'm a big boy. No, but I saw a picture, and I don't know what website it's from. It could be like 4chan or some shiz. I see that site a lot in screenshots, but I've never been on the website, so I don't really know where it's from. There's some person talking about why they prefer console gaming. Personally, I prefer PC, and I don't think I've talked about it. I may have mentioned it, but I don't think I made a video on it. And I can't check that without going into the studio page, which I don't want to do. Too many zeros, I'm sure. So I figured, why not? Hopefully I don't get a migraine mid-recording. I've had some fun couple of weeks. So why do I prefer PC games? Let's just get this out of the way. I am not one of those PC master race people. I don't criticize people for preferring consoles. You do you. And it doesn't really have anything to do with YouTube. Yes, I don't have the means to record console, but even when I didn't make YouTube videos, I still used the PC over consoles. Now, obviously, consoles has its advantages, like your games actually being optimized for your platform. Devs claim it's because of, every console is the same. Like one person's PlayStation 5 is the same as another person's PlayStation 5, at least internally. I personally think this is BS. It's because game devs get bonuses for console games sold. So they always half-ass PC versions. This is not new information. It's been like this for as long as I can remember. It just needs to work for long enough for the consumer to get invested. Optimally after 2 hours, so they can't get a refund anymore. You know, double dipping. Because if you want to continue experiencing that world, you're gonna have to buy the console version. Fuck, you might even have to buy a fucking console. But I'm pretty sure I'm past 5 minutes now. I think I can start being myself. But you know, another advantage is, you know, the couch. You know, it's nice to chill on the couch sometimes. Probably way better than these office shares, or God forbid those overpriced gaming shares. You pay a lot of money for something that will kill your back faster than jumping off a roof and ass planting concrete. But but the reason why I don't really like console gaming is because I find it really lonely. You know, back in the day, I had a classmate whose parents ran a diner or whatever, and we often went there and played 8-player Halo 2. Outside of that, every time I play on a console, on the couch, I feel lonely. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, you're always alone. What's the difference? Well, there's this quote. I don't remember who said it. I tried looking it up, but no clear answer. And I'm, you know, it's called paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact words. But the quote is something along the lines of, there's a very thin line between the peacefulness of solitude and the loneliness of isolation. And I guess for me, that is that fine line. I guess it being obvious that I'm isolated. I'm guessing, not a shrink. And when I just kind of sit there by myself playing a game or watching a movie, it's very obvious. When I'm on PC, I have a second monitor. And, you know, on that monitor, you can have a lot of different things. Like, you know, you might even have, you know, like YouTube, Twitch. You can even have like Discord up there if you have any friends there. I don't. That's my problem. But I have a second monitor that I can put things on. Like as I'm writing this, I guess it's sort of like a script. When I wrote that, I had a VOD on my second monitor. If you have to know what it was, Sagebrush plus Channel 7 plus The Stairway 7, chatting and more indie horror games. On the channel Grimmy's Vault. Not sure if it's official, but it's a VOD channel for Grimmy VT. One of the few VTubers I watch. Right now, as I'm writing this, as I was writing this sentence that I'm currently reading, I would have been around the hour mark. And they were talking about a bunch of random stuff while reading about, I guess, dinners for different days. You know, just a little peek behind the scenes. And this is something that I guess I find quite nice. When I'm doing something boring, like XP farming, running the newest dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV 9 times every Tuesday, or I guess in my case nowadays, crafting dailies and weeklies. Can you achieve something like this on console? Sure, but you need a separate device, like a phone or a laptop. I have 2 monitors plugged into one device, namely the PC I'm currently using anyways. So I find it less depressing and lonely. Even though I don't talk to anyone, I still don't really feel alone. Due to, I guess, my lack of social experience, it's enough for me to not feel isolated. And I guess I'm one of those freaks that find it quite comforting to hear voices that don't tell me to off myself every 5 minutes. At least that's what I think they're saying. One of them speaks German, the other one speaks Japanese. I don't understand either, it's fine. But that's enough of my fucked up brain. Back to the video. What else? Well, I like having options. What do you mean by options, I hear you say? Well, on console, at least back when I bothered with them, you were kind of stuck with that console's controller. Last I heard, you had to modify a console to support keyboard. Different games are better with different input devices, I guess. On PC, I can play with keyboard and mouse. First person shooter, RTS, keyboard and mouse. I can use my, I think it's an Xbox One controller. It's my preferred controller. For like games that the keyboard doesn't work as well with. But I even think you can plug a PlayStation controller into a PC and it works, at least on Steam. I'm pretty sure I used to do that. It just
works.
It's at least kinda. Usually. Like your games. Maybe the PlayStation 5 supports a keyboard. It may have been the PlayStation 4 that had to be modified. I don't remember, man. Another reason. Look at this picture. When I was playing Control, I talked about this game a lot. If I want to play this game, I have a problem. It's for the original Xbox. I have to dig that out. And even if I even still have it, it may be in a box somewhere. I lived there for almost 14 years, so I still have shit in boxes. But it's stuff that I never really use. Last time I was in that room, I think I saw like the link cable that we used back in the day when we traded Pokemon from Game Boy to Game Boy. Also, actually think there was a Game Boy Advance in there as well. Probably doesn't work anymore. But this game was on the original Xbox. I don't have the means to record consoles, but look. Boop.
What does this place have to do with winter ice? I don't get it.
Fucking Second Sight on PC. It's on Steam. It's jank as hell. Barely supports any current aspect ratios. And all sorts of horrible things happen when you try to change it. And, you know, because I'm using this for a video, I have to stretch it in editing. Like I had to do with the VR chat video I made. But it works. If you just want to play it, it works. Things may look a little bit stretched and weird, but it's an older shit game. Like, you can't expect... I don't know, what do I usually upload videos? Like 1440? I don't remember. But if I want to play my physical copy that I own, I have to dig out my original Xbox, hope that I find the controllers, and that the controller isn't busted, hope that I find all the cables, I also have to have like an old TV or some sort of converter, because it probably didn't use HDMI, probably used like SCART or those yellow, white, and red plugs, whatever they were called. But like on top of that, if you play a lot of older games on consoles, you have to have so many consoles. Like the area around your TV kind of looks like the angry video game nerd's room. Like if I want to play Twin Snakes, I have to do the same thing for my GameCube. Or buy the collection on Steam. It's not Twin Snakes, but it's Metal Gear Solid 1. It's arguably the better version. Because I'm pretty sure, I can vaguely remember in Twin Snakes, like I'm pretty sure Snake was on just crack or something like that. Like, there's no need for all of that. If it's on Steam, and the devs haven't completely cocked it up like Max Payne 1, I can play it on my current rig. One box, not 40. I don't want to count, but I feel my point is there. I just need to wait for the developers or the publishers to want money enough to port the game to PC and Steam. And then I can just buy it and play all the shit games, as long as they make sure that they work. Last reason, at least as far as I'm aware of, there might be more. Modding. Let's take a game like Left 4 Dead 2. You play through all the levels, you're done. Future playthroughs, you need to rely on that director to change things up. But that just kind of move infected around. Oh look, it has found a new location to plunk down the witch. Once again, she's in the way and you kinda have to trigger her to get to the next safe house. Hey, let's play through that again. Oh, I wonder where they're gonna put the witch this time. What doorway they put her in. But on PC, you can mod the fuck out of it very easily. I don't think game devs are aware of how much modding increases the lifespan of their games. They killed off Back 4 Blood in like a year? 6 months? Mainly because the game was a piece of garbage, but it also didn't support mods. I think a lot of the issues with that game could have been fixed by a modder just making a mod. Or at least softened by mods, I don't know. Like, I have a mod in Left 4 Dead 2 that improves Survivor AI. Primarily all it really does is if I die playing single player instead of game over, they will continue to try to reach the next safe house. Massive improvements. In a couple of minutes, I could swap all the normal infected, or zombies, with Teletubbies, for fuck's sakes. Some mod makers even made full-on, albeit a bit jank, campaigns. Years back, I played a map in Left 4 Dead, homemade mod map, whatever it's called. That was the last couple of levels in GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. The escape helicopter, I'm pretty sure that was where you kill Alec Trevelyan on the cradle level. It pushed Left 4 Dead 2 from a game that you can beat in like 8 hours or something to something that is by internet standards old as dirt, but still have a, from what I understand, a fairly healthy community. Another game is Skyrim. I probably wouldn't have played through that game like 18 times if if it wasn't for mods. I can just find a shit ton of mods and change up my next playthrough. That game is like 15 years old. I'm pretty sure people are still making mods for it. I load up the version I own on the 360 and it'll be the basic bitch experience. So yeah. I don't know how long this video is, but these are the reasons that I can think of off the top of my head that have made me more or less 98% PC and 2% Nintendo. I could, in reality, I could just get a really comfy chair, sink into it with a controller, and have something resembling the couch experience. Console gamers have to go through hell to play games they own for a previous console.